When it comes to this show, you never know what side everybody's on. And what's going on, y'all? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new review of Basketball Wives Orlando, Season 1, Episode 9. What's going on, you guys? I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday, and I intend on doing the exact same, y'all, okay? Now, before we get into today's review, let's talk about what we got coming up on the horizon. Now, being that today is Tuesday, do know that tomorrow is Wednesday, which means that the Chasing panel will be airing tomorrow night, right after the new episode of Chasing Atlanta. Tune in as Scotty, Jamar, Terrence Tramiel, Carl, and Jeremy Speaks TV all come together to talk about the brand new episode of Chasing Atlanta. On Friday, be sure to tune in for Boys Night Out. We will be premiering a new episode at 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Central Time, so be on the lookout for that. And there would not be a live review of Love and Marriage Huntsville on Saturday, but there will be a pre-recorded review of this show on Sunday afternoon. So make sure you guys get into that. So with that being said, you guys, it's pretty much all that we got for the church announcements. So let's go ahead and get into the mess. Now, we opened up the episode with Neek. Neek is probably the most likable person on the show and probably everybody's favorite person. It's her and her mom. Now, she says that these group of girls that she's been hanging out with this whole summer is weird as, and I agree. These girls are weird. They thrive off of drama. They don't get along, and the alliances shift every time we turn around. It's always something going on. And I can see it foreshadowing on this particular episode right here. So she said there's a lot of she say stuff going around, and then she started talking about Milan possibly talking about her. And she said out of all the girls in the group, she really feels like Milan is her realest friend and the one that really understands her the most. So by Milan talking about her and spreading her business, it makes her feel alone. And then she starts talking about the issues with Dwayne, like now that they've moved there, he's with his family a lot, and then his brother passing away, so he's been with his family a lot, and then she feels like she's by herself. Her mom tells her that maybe you need to take out some time to get back to Neek. Like you've been pouring so much, pouring so much, pouring so much into everybody else, but you don't really pour anything into Neek, and you need to get back to that. You've been, and I agree with that. I agree with that. Sometimes we do pour into people so much that we don't really pour into ourselves. And I deal with that on a day-to-day basis, and I'm trying to come up out of it. But Neek's mama told her nothing but the truth. She ain't telling nothing wrong, period. We get into Nikki and Megan. Now, of course, Nikki felt some type of way about Megan having 4 at her podcast thing or whatnot. So she's going to meet up with her. So when Megan comes to the table, Nikki congratulates Megan on the podcast and how it went and stuff like that. So then she was like, well, how did you feel about, the podcast? So Nikki was like, well, I felt like you was being messy by bringing 4 to this thing and not telling me. Now, as much as I don't really care for Nikki and I don't like her and I feel like she two-faced this, I do think that Megan was definitely wrong for bringing 4 there and not telling her about it. You know what I mean? Like, I thought that was some step ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, how could you have her there in the presence of her ex and not tell her that and think that she's not? Apologize to Nikki because she never meant to hurt her, anything like that. She was like, trust me, I really with you. I never meant to hurt you like that. And yes, I might be messy, but I'm not fake. I'm not fake at all. One thing about it, and 2 things for certain. Megan is an Aquarius, and she did admit that. Number 1, she know that she can be messy, but she's not fake. I can appreciate a person that knows what they do, knows that they can be messy as a muff, but just keep it real about that. Because sometimes people can't keep it real about their messiness at all. They can't keep it real, period. Um, she said she's annoyed by Ashley because she said that while they were all at the event, Ashley was saying, some negative things about the event under her breath, and she's going to address it. And the thing about it is, I don't really think she said anything negative about the event per se. I think her issue was the things that Ford was saying. I think she was more so uncomfortable with Ford talking about his outlandish sexuality. That's how I take it. So yes, honey. Yes. Um, we get into Morgan. Now, we all know that Morgan has been dealing with a lot involving her ex, and he's not really trying to take care of the kids or anything like that. So her little sister, Lisa, comes, and they, they hug each other. They're happy to see one another, and then they sit down this time to talk about business. She said that she just been getting settled into this house due to the fact that Eric, served her with papers and stuff, and he's not really there for the kids, and her whole focus is the kids and how they feel about the whole situation. But at the end of the day, they're not being able to feel anything due to the fact that he's not around. And she says that she hates her ex, and she feels herself going back into a dark space, and how depression has taken over her life. As you guys already know, I've been very vocal about my current dealings with depression. um Although my mood is changing a little bit, and there has been certain people that has made me smile and given me more of a reason to smile these days. You know what I'm saying? I gotta say that. But I am fighting with myself with this whole depression thing. I'm definitely fighting with myself. And it's a lot. So depression is very real, and people really need to stop trying to minimize it like it's not. It's definitely real. Ashley and Tony, they talk about the basketball camp, and it's basically a foundation for kids that are on the spectrum. Tony recently found out that he was autistic, and he took it upon himself to come and bring, because the foundation was more so about inner city kids that grew up in the hood that don't really have the financial backing that they need. So now that he found out about his own diagnosis with autism, he decided to change the narrative and make it about the kids that are on the spectrum. And I think that's a good idea. Lindsay and Megan. Lindsay was planning her gender reveal or whatever, and Megan comes in, and Megan says that she loves Nikki and Lindsay, and then Nikki arrives, and they all talk about having children. Megan says that seeing Lindsay be pregnant and getting ready for her gender reveal is giving her baby fever, and she wants to really get married and have kids. But she feels like if she doesn't make up with her mom, Dre is not going to want to be with her. I just think that if that's the case, if he don't want to be with her due to her relationship with her mom, then that's stupid. You can't force feed a relationship with anybody, regardless of who they are, regardless if that's her mama or her daddy. You cannot force feed that, because some people in our lives that are relatives are not really meant to be in our lives. I mean, I don't like it when people try to force feed this relationship with my grandma. I have a reason. It's 101 reasons why I don't with her. So I don't need nobody trying to tell me that I need to do this and need to do that. Because if you don't talk to your grandma, then I don't want to fuck with you no more. Well, if that's the case, then don't fuck with me then. That's how I feel. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to talk to her. I don't want to talk to my aunt. I don't want to talk to them, one of them, because they're both out to me, and I don't want to have nothing to do with them. And that's just what it is. Like, people really got to understand it. And just because you have a decent relationship with your people or whatever, that does not mean that it has to be the same thing for me. I don't give a fuck who you are. If you disrespect me, if you put me in positions where I gotta act the fuck out, then you got to go. And that's just what it is. And honestly, Dre need to stop force feeding this whole notion of you need to get along with your mama on Megan, because the way her mama acted at that dinner table was a hot ass mess. So yeah, Megan gonna have to check that situation, honestly. Like, for real, because no, he can't tell you what to do. He can't tell you to just make it with your mama. Your mama got to work, and your mama just wasn't willing to do the damn work at all, in my opinion, because I ain't see her try to do shit, honestly. But anyway, we're about to move on to the next, and that is Miss Ashley and Danielle. Now, Danielle was like, with them doing this whole foundation, this basketball foundation for the kids that's on the spectrum, she's been looking into the basketball community, and she says, and what name keeps coming up? Danielle. So Danielle is there, is very awkward. She said, girl, you know that we not friends. You know I'm not cool with you. Why are you inviting me here? Ashley explains what this is about. She's doing a fundraiser, and she needs another assistant coach. And she asked Danny to be a coach for her camp. So, Danielle used to play basketball herself. So this is right up her alley. But at the same time, she says we need to address the elephant in the room. You got beef with my best friend. Morgan is one of my best friends, and you got beef with her. So, that's one of the reasons why I'm very apprehensive about it. And so Ashley said, the event is bigger than us. It's much bigger than us. We need to come together for these kids. And after that, Danielle agreed to be there. So then we get into Lisa and Morgan once again. They are at the tattoo parlor and they're getting promise tattoos and stuff like that. I thought that was cute. It's time for the gender reveal. Come to find out that Lindsay got what she wanted, which is a girl. Okay. Then it's time for the basketball camp. Now Ashley informs Mackenzie that Danielle is coming. Mackenzie says that she don't give up about Danielle coming. She's fine with Danielle coming. She just know how to act. Um, Mulan arrives. She's also a coach out there with the cheering and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And she's just making sure that she don't say nothing to Danielle. She's making sure she's not in Danielle's presence. She just pretty much avoided Danielle. And sometimes you got to do that when you're dealing with kids and stuff like that. You don't really want to do that. You don't want to bring no drama. Danielle then arrives to the camp herself, and she's very drama free. She says that she's not going to make a scene here. This is all about the children, and that's all she cares about is the damn children. But it turns out that the event turned out to be way better than anticipated. It actually turned out to be fun and no drama. They knew not to act a fool in front of them damn kids. So then Megan and Dre, they meet up, they go out on a date, and they have a conversation about her mom. Megan feels like Dre is not listening to her, and he's only thinking about him and what he wants. And that's exactly what this is. Like I said before, stop forcing family members down a person's throat. If they don't want to have nothing to do with them, then they just don't want to have nothing to do with them. And you got to accept that shit. You know what I'm saying? Megan actually sat down and had a conversation with her mom to really appease you. That's really what happened. She did it to appease you. She did it so you could feel better. You know what I'm saying? And it's just it. Just because you got a deep rooted relationship with your family don't mean that is that for everybody else. And I don't think that you need to judge anybody that you're trying to date or that you're in a relationship with off the strength of their relationship with their parents. You wasn't there, you don't really know. Okay. And that's just what I say. But me and my mom and dad is fine. It's just the other folks in these families that I don't really care for like that. Milan and Neek, they talk about the gender reveal, and Neek said the reason why she didn't come. Well, Milan says the only reason why she didn't come is because she knew that Megan and all of them was gonna be there, so she didn't want to be around the shit. Neek confronts Milan about possibly talking about her because, as we already know, they already put it out there that Milan was talking about Nikki like a dog, saying that Neek like a dog, saying that she was the ugly friend, which was completely all the way fucked up, honestly. Milan breaks down because she says that she always feels herself having to defend herself, and she's tired of always having to do that, and she's hurt that she even has to defend herself in this predicament with Neek. I understand that, but we don't know if you was talking shit about her or not. But I do believe that you were, but that's a whole nother story, child. But Neek is there for her as she cries her tears. So after that, we get into Danielle. Now, Danielle and her baby daddy have been fighting. Okay, they've been fighting. He's pushing a custody battle. He's pushing restraining orders and all of those things against Danielle. And so she just doesn't know where to turn to at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like he's doing a lot to make her miserable and to make her give up her children. And she's refusing to be that mom to give up her damn kids. You know what I'm saying? So kudos to her for that. But yeah, that's just the nature of the situation, to be honest. But she did say that she was trying to hit up Morgan. Morgan ain't been around. Morgan ain't been answering her phone calls. Morgan ain't been answering her text messages at this point. And she just really went ghost on her. But when she was going through stuff, she was there. So we are foreshadowing a situation. And I'm ready to see it happen because they've been bullies to every damn body since this show even started. And I'm over the shit. So, y'all, that's pretty much all that I got for this review, honestly, y'all. I'm tired and I'm sick of basketball wives. I ain't gonna lie to you. But before we go, we got to pay some bills before we do get up out of here. Tramiel has a brand new record out called Long Days. It's available everywhere. So make sure you guys get that. Bando's brand new record called Bando's Dream is now available on Spotify, Apple Music, as well as YouTube. And he also has another new song out called DUI, and it's available now. With that being said, y'all, this be your boy, Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. And also, if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below in the description box, y'all. So that's pretty much all that I got for y'all today, and I will see you guys on the next video. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday as I get myself prepared to go to Houston this weekend. And I hope you guys are doing well. I'm out here, y'all. This is Scotty by Nature TV signing off, and I love you guys. Scotty Gang!